what's up? It's Richie here with Statifying Football. This is week 8. These are the noon games. Welcome Big Ten, welcome Mountain West. They're starting football this weekend, so these will be slightly longer than normal, but I'll try to keep it short. First game, Syracuse and Clemson. Syracuse lost last week 38-21 to a 5-0 Liberty team. Rex Culpepper played. He was 19 of 40, 211, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Sean Tucker ran for 111 yards. Defensively, they forced two turnovers, but they gave up 520 yards. Clemson destroyed Georgia Tech 73-7. Trevor Lawrence 404 yards, 5 touchdowns and a pick. Rodgers 6 catches, 162 yards and 2 touchdowns, 671 yards of offense. Defensively, 4 sacks, 3 turnovers, and only had 204 yards. This shouldn't be close again. Clemson looks like the #1 team in the country. They should doo-doo all over Cuse. All right, NC State, North Carolina. Big game, and actually the ACC and North Carolina, both teams are ranked. NC State beat Duke 31-20. Devin Leary, 205 passing, and touchdown and pick. They did turn over 3 times. They can't do that against a high-powered North Carolina offense. Defensively, though, they had 4 sacks, 2 turnovers, and a blocked punt for a touchdown. North Carolina, they lost. They got upset to Florida State 31-28, but they were down 31-7. It almost came all the way back. Sam Howell, 374, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Javonte Williams, 119 and a touchdown. Bo Corrales, 4 catches, 141 yards and a touchdown, 558 yards of offense. I actually think that this is going to be a pretty high-scoring game. This will go back and forth. This should be a really fun noon game to watch, but I'll go North Carolina to get the victory there. All right, Kansas State. Kansas is terrible. They lost to West Virginia 38-17. They only had 157 yards of offense. Their best player, Puka Williams, the running back, he opted out, so he's not even going to play. Kansas State had a couple weeks off. Their last game was a 21-14 win over Texas Tech. Will Howard, the freshman, plays Skylar Thompson. I think he's trying to transfer. So Will Howard, not great passing. 8 of 19, 117, a pick, ran for 86 and a touchdown. But they win with defense, which they had 3 sacks and a pick 6 in that game. I expect Kansas State to be able to handle Kansas pretty soundly. All right, big game in the Sun Belt. Georgia Southern and Coastal Carolina. Georgia Southern 3-1. Coastal Carolina is 4-0, and they are ranked. They're ranked 25th. Georgia Southern destroyed UMass. It was UMass's first game of the year. They beat them 41-0. Shea Wirtz, 127 passing, 3 passing touchdowns, plus 76 rushing and a touchdown. Wesley Kennedy, 106 rushing and a touchdown. They ran for 309. Defensively, only gave up 191 yards. Coastal Carolina, they shocked previously ranked Louisiana Lafayette 30-27. Grayson McCall's great freshman year so far, 202 passing, 2 touchdowns, plus 45 rushing yards and a touchdown. Javon Haley, 8 catches, 108 and a touchdown. This will be a pretty close game, I think, pretty interesting, but I think Coastal Carolina will sneak out with it. Carolina is favored by 6.5. It might be even closer than that, but I do think Coastal Carolina should come out with the victory. All right, Army's facing Mercer. Army faced a decent UTSA team, beat them 28-16. Anthony Atkins, 101 rushing and a touchdown, 305 rushing yards. They should take care of Mercer pretty well. Auburn, Ole Miss. Auburn is clearly overrated. Lost 30-22 to South Carolina. Bo Nix, 272 passing, 3 interceptions. Only 1 touchdown. Tank Bigsby, 111 rushing and a touchdown. They committed 3 turnovers in that game, which helped them lose. Ole Miss, I guess Arkansas is good. Ole Miss was held down offensively. Lost to Arkansas 30-21. Matt Corral, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. He threw 6 interceptions himself. They turned over 7 times, which also helped them lose. Jaron Ely ran for 112 and a touchdown. Eli Moore, 11 catches, 113 and a touchdown. I think Ole Miss will bounce back. I don't think Auburn will be able to shut down Ole Miss like Arkansas did. And Auburn has been struggling all year. Oklahoma TCU. Oklahoma has played in a few weeks. They won that 4 overtime thriller against Texas 53-45. Spencer Rattler, 209, 3 touchdowns and a pick. TJ Pledger, 131 rushing, 2 touchdowns. Defensively had 6 sacks and 3 turnovers. TCU, they lost to Kansas State a few weeks ago, 21-14. Max Dugan, 154 passing, 43 rushing and a touchdown. This may be close, but I think it may be close for a half, but Oklahoma I think should run away with it. All right, Temple, Memphis. These are pretty big game. Temple beat USF 39-37. Anthony Ruth had 270 passing, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Defensively had 4 sacks, 3 turnovers, and a fumble return for a touchdown. Whereas Memphis won an awesome game against UCF 50-49. Brady White 46 passing, 6 touchdowns. Rod Clark 112 rushing. Calvin Austin 9 catches, 151 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Taj Washington 7 catches, 131 yards. They put up 703 yards of offense. Defensively they had 3 sacks, but then they gave up 798 yards. This could be a bit of a shootout, but I think Memphis will be a little too much for Temple to handle in the end. All right, UTEP and Charlotte, decent game in this USA. UTEP lost their last game, close loss to Louisiana Tech, 21-17. Gavin Hardison, 18-38, 206, a touchdown, a pick. Not great on offense, but defensively, 4 sacks and a kick return touchdown. Charlotte, their last game, they destroyed North Texas, 49-21. Chris Reynolds, 290 passing, 2 touchdowns, plus caught a touchdown. McAllister ran for 140 and touchdown. They had almost 600 yards of offense. I think Charlotte should be able to take that one. FSU and Louisville. FSU's coming off a big victory against North Carolina, 31-28. Jordan Travis, not great passing. 8 of 19, 191, a touchdown, a pick, but added 107 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. LaDamian Webb ran for 109. He ran for 241 as a team. Defensively had 4 sacks and a pick 6. Whereas Louisville held their own against Notre Dame. They only lost 12-7. Malik Cunningham was efficient, 16 of 19, 132, a pick, plus 49 rushing. And defensively had 4 sacks. I think this will be kind of close. FSU, both these teams are kind of up and down. I'm not sure who to go with there. I guess I'll go with FSU for the win. Southern Miss and Liberty. This could be a pretty high-scoring game. Southern Miss beat North Texas 41-31, their last game a few weeks ago. Jack Abraham, 235, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Frank Gore Jr., 130 and a rushing and a touchdown. Yes, that's Frank Gore's son. Jason Brownlee, 4 catches, 110 and a touchdown. Defensively forced 3 turnovers. Liberty beat Syracuse 38-21. Malik Willis, 16 of 20, 182, 1 touchdown, plus 58 rushing and a touchdown. Shedro Lewis, 170 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Peyton Pickett, 115 rushing and 1 touchdown. They ran for 338 yards. This could be high scoring, and I think Liberty takes the cake and goes to 6-0. All right, I think I skipped one. Oh yeah, I did skip one. So the first of 2 Big Ten ones, Nebraska and Ohio State. Nebraska coming off a 5-7 season. They have 11 returning starters, including their quarterback AJ Martinez. He's had an up and down career, but he's got all the talent in the world. 1,900 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 9 picks last year, ran for 626 and 7 touchdowns. DJ Mills ran for 745 and 10 touchdowns. Ohio State, 13-1. They only have 9 returning starters, only 3 on defense. They're going to have to outscore people, which they can do with Justin Fields coming back. He's a total Heisman candidate in my eyes. 3,273 yards, 41 touchdowns, only 3 picks last year, plus ran for 10 touchdowns. I think Ohio State should have that pretty easily. That'd be a huge upset if they lose. Then the other Big Ten one for the new ones, Rutgers and Michigan State. My bad. Rutgers 2-10. They do have 15 returning starters coming back. They have a grad transfer wide receiver, Aaron Cruikshank from Wisconsin. Linebacker Tyshawn Fogg, 104 tackles last year. Michigan State's got only 9 returning starters. Their running back Collins ran for 98 and 5 touchdowns. However, they are losing their defensive lineman and offensive lineman. Defensive line Jake Panisic, he's kind of an all Big Ten guy. He opted out. But Michigan State shouldn't have, they get hot and cold the last few years, but they shouldn't have much trouble with Rutgers. All right, Tulane UCF. Tulane lost in a close loss to SMU, 37-34. Michael Pratt, 12 of 21, 192, a touchdown, a pick, plus ran for 2. Stephen Hutterson, 132 rushing and a touchdown. UCF lost in a heartbreaker to Memphis, 50-49, but Dylan Gabriel went off. He passed for 601 yards, 5 touchdowns, and ran for 49 yards and another touchdown. They had 3 guys go over 100 receiving yards. Marlon Williams, 13 catches, 191 yards and a touchdown. Ryan O'Keefe, 4 catches, 175 yards and a touchdown, including a 93-yard touchdown reception. Jalen Robinson, 10 catches, 173 yards and 2 touchdowns. They had 798 yards in that. They shouldn't have too much problem with Tulane. This one, they should be able to get off the 2-game losing streak and get a big win. Alright, the final of the noon games, a big CUSA game, Florida Atlantic and Marshall. Florida Atlantic has only played once so far this year. They beat Charlotte 21-17. Nick Tronti passed for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns, but ran for 94 and a touchdown. They ran for 217 as a team and had 6 sacks. Marshall beat a good Louisiana Tech team 35-17. Grant Wells 227 passing, 2 touchdowns and a pick, +1 rushing. Brennan Knox 125 rushing, 2 touchdowns. Defensively, they had 6 sacks in that game. I think these could be kind of close, but I'm going to go Marshall here. Marshall's looked really good all season long. Alright, those are my noon games. Check out my other videos, my 331s and my primetime ones. Peace.